This video will give a short introduction to the power of the Forms Designer in StarDraw Control. The first thing we'll notice is that we have a list of properties on the right hand side of the selected object, which currently is the form itself. I can go and specify the background color of that form to be a nice cornflower blue. I can also go and specify the text that appears in the title bar, as well as many other properties available for this form. I'm just going to drag a dial, and we can see all the properties again here. I'm going to just change the text property and call that volume, and I'll add the level bar as well. And I can say what I want to do is when the dial changes, I want it to update the level bar with the value of the dial. I can do that by double clicking on the dial and saying go and set the level bar value property to come from the dial value property. So now when we run this, we move the dial and the level bar updates. And in the background you can see all the actions being executed in the background. Now we've got many other types of controls. We've got the standard Windows controls, and we've also got some components. If I drag on a random number generator, it actually puts it down into the system tray because they're not visible, they're not part of the form. And by default, it generates numbers between 0 and 100. If I add a timer as well, and make that enabled, the interval is in milliseconds. 100 milliseconds is 10 times a second. So I can say when the timer ticks, go and set the dial value property to come from the random number generator value property. So we have a timer that fires 10 times a second that goes and sets the dial value property to the random number generator value property, but also when the dial value changed event happens, go and set the level bar to the value of the dial. We'll see what happens. And there we go. Very cool.